Fucking, I love that song.
Is it something Diner?
Tom's Diner.
Tom's Diner.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Turn up this podcast.
I'm in this for the money and the pussy, and they're both falling off the trees.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 66 of the Reasonable Doubt podcast. As always, we are your hosts, Eric C. Griff.
And Chicka J Money.
How's everyone doing today? It's episode 66, the episode
66.
of the Beast.
Yes. It's episode 6. Well, no, we'll get to 666.
We will get on. We will.
But it'll be a while.
This is like the
How long would that take us?
11 years.
Oh, damn. God, I don't want to see what we look like.
I'm going to be looking at episode 30 like, damn. Back when I had it all.
Yeah, what the fuck happened? We'll be famous by then. It's okay.
Yeah, I will be. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're funny and you're famous, you can be ugly.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just what dudes do.
Remember Jeff Ross? Wait, did he die?
I think he may have.
I think Jeff Ross passed away.
If he's not
actually.
dead, then he's on the way.
Yeah.
He looks like shit.
He did look like
Girl,
shit.
he looks like shit.
I'm going to look that up real quick.
Did Jeff Ross die?
Did Jeff Ross
Proudly
die?
sponsored by Soul.
We're not, actually.
We're not.
It would be nice.
Cerveza. We were just talking earlier about cervezas and what ones are worth buying. And they're all worth buying except Corona.
He's not dead.
He's not dead,
He's not dead. He just went all bald, and he kind of looks like... He looks like an ugly Caillou.
Does he? Or like kind of like a worm?
Yeah. He kind of looks like a turtle.
Like you can go bald in two ways. You can either go the like Pitbull way, or you can go the Jeff Ross way.
Yeah, where it's like you go bald, and then everyone's like, wow, I didn't know you looked like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that bad.
It's funny when you see guys shave their beard.
Yeah, and you're
They're
like,
wow.
that's why you had it. Now I see.
Beards are men's version of makeup.
Yeah, it
When
really
you think
is.
about it.
It really is.
Like, you can just hide so much shit behind a beard. Bad chin, fat neck. Just have a beard.
Look at this. Look at that. You can't even tell that I have a double chin going on there.
You don't have a double chin.
I think I do a little bit right here. Just like a little.
I think if it goes out the same level as your chin, I think that's a
when
double
it's.
chin. Yeah, yes.
Hello.
You sound like a meatwad, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about cervezas. They're delicious.
I do like a cerveza.
I love Mexican beer.
I do. Except Corona, gringo beer.
It is. So I was saying to you, and we stopped ourselves so we could say it on the podcast, but we were saying that Tecate is the best.
Tecate is.
It's the best cerveza, for sure. But I remember learning that Corona was... So Modelo, like Modelo Especial and Modelo Negro, are the parent company for Corona.
Yeah.
And they made a shitty beer that they were like originally just giving to resorts as a cheap beer for all-inclusive resorts.
Oh.
That's where it came from. They like the resorts in the area were like, hey, will you make us like a shitty, cheap, fast beer
that we can just give
that
away?
We can just give away, and we'll overpay you for it, but like still keep our price low.
Yeah.
That way, it makes sense that it's free beer.
Right.
Because it's
And
like
that's where
all-inclusive.
Corona comes from.
And that's where Corona came from, and it exploded.
Because white people were like, it's a cerveza,
Yeah,
por favor.
It's great, and I get it in Mexico.
You
and
put a lime in it down there. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Me and the wife just flew down to Las Cruces. got in, walk right in, just gave us a beer in the lobby. No one bats an eye down there, just drinking all day.
I went on down to Cancun and
went down to the Bayja. And we're down there, just on the resort, 11 a.m. Hey, can I get you a beer? It's crazy.
Dude,
it's crazy. They're just, you're just sitting right down at the beach.
The place I used to work, we had what were called Baja Bites.
Yeah.
And the amount of white folks that would come in and be like, they'd be like, can I get Bayja Bites? And I'm like, you're in a fucking Mexican restaurant, man.
Can I get a quesadilla?
Oh.
How many quesadillas did you sell?
Quesadillas? Quesadillas?
Guacamole.
Guacamole? Guacamole?
Jalapeno?
Jalapenos.
Jalapenos.
Yeah, it's like, man, were you raised under a fucking rock, dude? Like,
Did you get any, like, muchos gracias when you were leaving? Yeah?
Yeah, I had a guy, I walked up and he said, "Uno cerveza, por favor."
I do that.
But in the like, shittiest Spanish you've ever heard. And I looked at him and I was like, "Just one beer?" And he's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I might need one after that. And walked away like, fuck off.
Dude, he
man.
looked at you and was like, an authentic Hispanic. This guy gets it. This guy speaks Spanish.
Dude.
What you gotta do is you gotta drop the muchos gracias at like a sushi restaurant sometime.
Watch him be like, what? In Korean.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Where can I sit?
Oh, man.
Oh, you guys just sit on the floor all crossed? You got boots.
You got boots. Wow. Americanized this place.
If I tip you under 10%, you bring out the katana.
Fuck.
Just, be a fucking nightmare to service industry people. It's
We
great.
should, yeah. We should make a point of doing this like once a month.
Once a month, just
Go
find a
be
new, like,
fucking
ethnicity.
pain in the ass.
Just be, like, mildly racist, but, like, a racist in a way that, like, white dads are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Where people are like,
It's not really, like, harmful,
but it's annoying.
but it's annoying.
Go to an Ethiopian place and be like, hello. How are you? Watch him be like, I'm fine, sir. How are you? Good.
Yeah, it's like people that speak English think that, like, if you just speak English slowly, people that don't speak English will understand you if you just talk to them like they're like children.
Or the other thing I've noticed is you see old white dudes like talk to someone they don't think understands English, and they think that saying it substantially louder makes it more clear. It's like, dude, they don't speak the fucking language. You yelling at them doesn't help.
Doesn't help. Can I get some ketchup?
It's like they don't know what ketchup is.
Ketchup.
Ketchup. Yeah. Ketchup. Dip. And they just look at him like, dude, I have no idea what the fuck this guy's doing. Fucking white people.
Yeah, going to other countries and doing that. That's how you do it.
Man, I saw a video online of a guy he was in Thailand ordering pad Thai, and he tells the lady, he's like, that's weird, it's not red. And she's like, yeah, it's authentic pad Thai.
That's great.
He's like, yeah, do you have ketchup? My wife makes it with ketchup.
Oh, dog.
And she's like, looking at him like just in fucking horror with his existence. You know?
You just brought up Thailand. Remind me, I was reading this post on Reddit today.
Yeah.
You ever go on Reddit?
Yeah, sometimes.
The like
for certain
relationship
stuff.
advice ones?
No.
I always look at those because they're fucking... I love watching just dumpster fires of couples. It's so funny to me. Like, people just don't know how to talk to their, like, husband of 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, you know this guy, right? Like, you can talk to him. But it's like the wife writing it. And she's like, my husband, he's turning 40, and him and 6 of his friends are going on a trip to Thailand. And none of the wives are invited. And they're all going to Thailand, and we keep pressing them, like, why do you want to go to Thailand? You've never wanted to go to Thailand before.
Well, Thailand's cheap. B, Thailand's a fucking blast.
Yeah, but it's very obvious that they're, like, sex tourists.
You think so?
Oh, totally. They were mentioning, I forget the name of it, the, like, specific district they're going to, and it's just all, like, sex bars and stuff. Like, because we're going to go down there with $500 and be treated like kings. And they're definitely...
It's true.
I mean, it's true, but come on.
You know what it might also be is after fucking 25 years of you spending all his goddamn money. He's like, I'm going on a vacation. You're not coming. You know, I'm going to enjoy myself. And it's cheap as fuck, so I can feel good about it.
I'm going on vacation. You're not.
Yeah, you're not. I'm not paying for it. My 40th birthday, you know what I want for my birthday? Don't spend any of my fucking money.
What I want for my birthday is 2 ladyboys at the same time. That's what I want.
I want to know what it's like.
I'm gonna come back changed.
Fucking ridiculous.
Come back a different man.
I was actually looking at trips to Thailand. I've been looking at it a bunch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Isn't the flight expensive, but everything else is whatever?
Once you're there, it's cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
It's getting there. And from Canada, like, we suck for traveling.
Oh, we do. It's the worst. We've always sucked.
It's the one thing I don't like about living here is that to get anywhere else is expensive.
It's like a minimum of $800
Minimum.
to get anywhere.
I can drive to Halifax for cheaper than I can fly.
Yeah.
Like, if you take a car and drive 21 hours to Halifax,
Yeah.
it's cheaper than getting a fucking flight. Like,
Yeah,
it's
ridiculous.
insane, man. You can't go anywhere.
And the trains suck. The trains are super expensive and they're slower than driving.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
Yeah, like the train to go out west, they were like, oh, it's 5 days. It took us 6.5 days. They were a day and a half late arriving in fucking Vancouver. Trains are supposed to be on time, man.
Yeah, they're supposed to be. It takes 4 hours to get from London to Toronto on a train.
Yeah, that's fucked.
It takes
you
like
can drive
2 there.
there in like an hour 50. Like, we drove into downtown to Nathan Phillips Square in an hour and like 55 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And in like regular traffic.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't go in the middle of the night. We were there. We were going at like 10 a.m.
Man, getting to Toronto seems so much harder as a kid.
Yeah, now that I'm older, I'm like, just fucking go.
Just go. Like,
Yeah.
just drive there. Like, it's a city. There's people around.
Yeah, and I honestly love going to Toronto. We need to go more.
I know.
I want to go this summer.
Feels more happening.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like there's more going on.
It's honestly I think it's a good thing to do in winter because
Yep.
it's like acceptable to just spend the entire time indoors
Yeah.
in Toronto, you know?
Yeah, just go place to place.
Yeah, and everything is plowed all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, yeah, like you
remember,
walk anywhere in the middle of winter.
I think it's maybe because we also had like we were living in a small town at the time, but we were like, oh, we're going to a Jays game. And then it would be like, okay, we're going to Toronto. Prepare for violence. You know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to the Rogers Center. There might be gang violence. That was always the thing. Remember that I was talking about gang violence?
Gang violence in the big city.
Gang violence in the big city.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
like-
like, there's 3 dudes wearing blue over there. Like, yeah, dude, it's a Jays
It's
game.
a Jays game. There's about 8,000 dudes wearing blue.
Yeah, my school.
That guy's wearing red. Yeah, we're playing the Red Sox.
Fuck that guy. I remember in school they were like, you can't hang out in groups larger than 3. For like a year, they tried out this thing where it's like if like 4 people were in a group, teachers come by and try and separate you
Why?
to a gang affiliation. Like for some reason, Lucan was really scared about gangs moving in. And do you think that's just like the like middle age and up people in the town being like, we don't understand the
It's
youths?
hard to say because I do remember being young and gangs being really popularized.
Yeah,
Like
G-Unit.
we used to run around and like shit disturb, like me and a bunch of buddies, and we thought
Yeah.
we were a gang on our BMX bikes, you know?
What was the name of your gang?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, come on, dude. You gotta tell me the name of the
No,
gang.
I can't tell you because there's a lot of graffiti affiliated.
What wasn't you? That was the other guys.
Yeah, true. It wasn't me. Fact.
In your head, think of the stupidest gang name. It's probably that.
No, it was the
Where were you?
4-letter crew.
That's what you guys were called?
FLC, yeah. Yeah. And then there was another
What are
group
the
of
4 letters? Is it fuck?
I don't even know what it was. I think it was fuck, yeah. and then there was another group of idiots that used to run around, and they were hardcore on the tag, and they used to go everywhere. Do you remember Downfest?
No.
Down FST with a squiggly and an arrow?
No.
Yeah, they were fucking
Downfest.
Downfest.
Kids suck at thinking up names
Yeah,
for
it's
shit.
terrible. Yeah.
The 4-letter crew.
It was fucking insane. I do remember I used to love doing graffiti, to be honest. Like under bridges and shit. It was a
Yeah.
great time. Yeah, we did stuff under the Wonderland Bridge at like Rona there.
Yeah. God,
I
that's
remember-
so hard, Sarnia Road.
I remember I remember one time I fucking
Nice
did a
subdivision.
giant dude, it was a shithole when I was a kid. I remember going in there one time and I did this gigantic mushroom, like a fly agaric or fly Amanita Amanita.
Amanita dictionary to find out what type of
I think it's
mushroom you're
fly
talking about.
amanita is what it's called, or
That's
fly
a funny
agarica.
joke. You'll get that
But
on the way home.
it was red with the white dots.
Yeah, like a Mario mushroom.
Yeah, like a Mario mushroom.
Yeah.
So I did a giant one of those.
Yeah.
And I was stupid and a kid, and I was like, wow, and it looked pretty good. And I was like, yeah, what am I going to call it? I'm going to call it Dicks. And I wrote Dicks underneath.
What do I gonna call it? What's the funniest thing
What's the funniest thing I can think of? Dicks. Dicks. Dicks.
It's funny. Teenage boys swear so much they're straight, but they think about dicks quite a bit.
Well, it's because I think everyone's super insecure about their dick.
Everyone is super insecure about their dick.
Yeah,
I don't
you
give a
hit
fuck
like,
now.
you hit like 20, maybe 20, 19.
Yeah, I would say 19.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just don't give a
18,
fuck anymore.
you're like, okay. No, you think your dick's sick for like a year. And then you hit 19, you're like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, it's probably like middle of the pack. Like statistically, it's average.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, definitely not.
What do you mean?
Definitely not. We have huge dicks.
Yeah, we have huge dicks. You guys have small dicks.
No, we actually do, though. I remember...
I bet my dick's big.
Dude, I remember looking up the average. I was shocked.
Yeah.
I think it's because we have a lot of immigration.
What does that have to do with anything?
I'll just let you take that joke how you want.
Yeah, it is true. You're totally insecure about your dick when you're like 15.
Yeah.
I remember like being 15, like dick jokes were like the only jokes you made.
Yeah, dick
You
jokes.
matured from poop jokes.
I was going to say poop and fart, and then it was dick jokes.
Yeah.
And then it was jerking off jokes.
Yeah, because like one guy figured out how to do it.
Yeah. And everyone was like,
Just like, I jerked off and I did too, and you hadn't yet.
Yeah.
Like, I totally know what it is.
do it all the time.
You do it every morning.
Dude, I remember in like grade 9, I think, grade 9 or grade 10,
Yeah.
a couple of buddies of mine like called me out a little bit, and were like, because I like didn't know how to find stuff on Pornhub,
Yeah.
and they were like, what do you do? And I was like, I just scroll the front page, like the page. I was like, I thought it was the only page, right?
You didn't know there was a search or
was
categories?
I was like, that's it. It's like whatever they posted that day. and they were like, what happens if you don't find something you like? I'm like, shit out of luck that day.
No, it's
And they were like, so what, you just don't jerk off? Like, yeah, if you can't find
You
anything.
took the finding the magazine in the woods approach.
Yeah, I was
It's
like,
whatever's given to you.
whatever's given to me is what I can have.
It's like, she's got really long fingernails and not for me
not
today.
for me. No, another day.
Another day. You win some, you lose some.
No, it's like, that's weird today.
And then they told you how to search it, and you just didn't leave your room for 3 months?
Dude, months. I remember my mom went away on vacation, and probably when I was like 15, 16, maybe 17. And I must have fapped. Like, I think I got up to like 12 times in a day.
That's approaching the max I think anyone ever could.
Dude, it was like like every half an hour. I was like, better get another one out of me.
And it's like the returns are just diminishing. Like the 12th one, nothing's happening. You're just spasming.
It hurts. It hurts.
Next day you wake up, it's ballooned like this big.
That's how you grow your dick, kids.
Yeah.
gotta fap
That's
a
an
lot.
incel thing. They talk about that, but it's the inverse.
What do you mean?
The more women you have sex with, the more the vagina tightens on your penis and makes it smaller.
That's absolutely not
That's
true.
absolutely not true.
The more you have a boner, the more there's outward pressure on, like, I can't remember what it's called, but like that inside your dick, that like ligament and tendon structure that forms your dick when it's full of blood. The longer you have boners in a day, the more that's encouraged to like release and expand, right? It's just like stretching. It's the same as stretching. If you fucking
true?
bend over and touch your toes 200 times a day, you'll be really good at bending
But
over
it's
and
not a
touching your toes.
muscle.
Yeah, but it's just like any other fibrous part of your
It's
body.
like your liver, I guess. Where like if you drink all the time, your liver gets stronger.
Well, it hardens and doesn't filter things as
No,
well.
it's like your lungs, okay? If you smoke and put your lungs through stress and strain, and anaerobic activities, then they get stronger and they get better.
It's the opposite. If you don't smoke and you do a lot of anaerobic activities, then your lungs
smoking-
do get incredibly
smoking is an
efficient at
anaerobic
processing oxygen.
Activity, is it not?
No. No, it just feels like that.
I
you
feel like
can't
that
breathe.
all the time
Yeah.
now. It's crazy.
Side of stairs? Holy fuck.
Just like going up one set of stairs but skipping a step.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's how I do all of my stairs now.
Yeah. You ever go down skipping a step?
No, scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
I go ba 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 as
Yeah.
fast as I can down the stairs.
When you were a
every
kid,
time.
did you ever like run up the stairs and sometimes have to use your hands?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I was doing that until like 18. What do you think of Helena Bonham Carter?
Like the actress?
Yeah. What do you think?
I would.
You would?
I would. Would you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's a really good-looking lady.
Are you playing with a candle?
Yeah, sorry.
No, no worries. You can play with it if you want. Just make it
I think she's a really good-looking lady.
I would say
I
so.
was thinking about it.
Yeah, well, she's kind of gothic, right? Got
She's
the Tim
kinda-
Burton look.
Yeah, like the. Well, I think she probably fucked Tim Burton a couple times, but
Yeah, well, good for him.
probably Johnny Depp too.
Well, I think all three of them probably.
Yeah, they might have been a
same time.
throuple.
A
Yeah,
thruple. I love that word,
throuple.
thruple,
Why?
because it's one of those words that's exactly what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
that's fair.
is
Yeah,
a
it's
thruple, like a
throuple.
boob.
Yeah, a boob.
A
That's
boob?
a boob.
That's a fucking boob.
That's a boob.
That
one
looks
thing
like a
everyone
boob.
knows.
Everyone
You
knows.
can say that to someone who doesn't speak English, be like boob,
Boob.
and they're like, oh yeah, boob.
Yeah, boob. Yeah, totally. That thruple is totally what it is. It's
Yeah.
got the like
Throuple.
thruple, and it just like falls
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean?
I like
Thruple.
it. Speaking of thruples, I have a
If you're listening.
I have a feeling there's a higher likelihood of me having a thruple with Miley Cyrus. Oh, you said my girlfriend's name. You gotta edit
I'll
that
edit
out.
that out. Okay.
I have a feeling that I have a better chance of a thruple with Miley Cyrus than and my current girlfriend
Yeah.
than the Leafs have of winning the cup.
Yeah, we should probably talk about the Leafs, eh?
Dude, it's not going well.
It's not looking good.
I fucking called it. I was like, they're gonna get in, and
Is
then
this
they're gonna
episode
get
coming
swept.
out on Game 4? I think it
I
is.
think it is, and they're gonna lose.
They're fucking blowing
When's
it.
game?
Dude.
When is Game 4? Is Game 4 tonight?
No. Last night was Game 3.
Last night was Game 3.
Yeah, so Game 4 is... this is going to come out after Game 4. Oh, do we want to put money on it? And then people will have to... they'll have to keep us...
Game 4 is on Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Wednesday night
Oh,
when this
shit.
comes out.
Tonight. They're blowing it. How do you call this a win?
They've lost every fucking game, man.
Yeah.
Every fucking game.
Yeah. Well, that's just what happens when your top performers just start producing in the offensive zone.
This is insane. If they lose 2 games, well, they lost the first 2 at home, right?
Yeah. And now they're going to lose the next 2 in Florida. Florida's going to do a 4-game sweep in
Dude,
Florida.
and we beat them regular season.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Hockey, dude.
No,
It's the
you know
Leafs.
what it is? It's rigged. It's rigged because the Leafs are more profitable. They're more profitable if they don't win.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, they have a stupid committed fan base. I don't
It
know
is,
why.
and this is the storyline, right? That's why so many people give a fuck this year, is because they've blown it so many years in a row that it's like everyone wants to see it finally happen. But that being said, I feel like there is a percentage of fans they lose. You know what I mean? Like fans
each year they don't win.
Each year they don't do anything. I feel like you lose fans, and then also young people don't become fans of your team because all you do is shit the bed.
I agree with that because I actually know of guys who have been like lifelong Leaf fans and their parents were Leaf fans, and you talk to them now, and in the last like 5 years they're like, yeah, I watch the Bruins now. It's like, really? And they're like,
Yeah, why
or
wouldn't
that
you?
like Avalanche.
Yeah.
People switch to random teams because they're like, why the fuck would I watch the Leafs?
Yeah.
To watch them fuck it up? Like, no.
Yeah. I was talking to a buddy of mine today, actually. We were talking about the Leafs. And he had gotten into a cabbie. Like, he got into a cab. Was talking to the cabbie. The cabbie didn't... He was, like, fresh to Canada.
Yeah.
Didn't know much about hockey, but they were talking about it because he obviously knew something was going on.
Yeah.
Right? And he's, like, trying to get to explain it to him. Oh, fuck. My buddy Brian to explain it to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, so who are these Toronto Maple Leafs? And he's like, oh, like They're like the Real Madrid of hockey. They're like the Yankees of hockey. They've got the biggest, most committed fan base in hockey. They are the real deal. And he's like, oh, when was the last time? Like, they won. And he was like, it's 1967.
Yeah, 67. Yeah.
And he's like, but the Yankees and Real Madrid, they win.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah, because they're
and he's
sick.
like, yeah, that's
the problem. I would be cool. Like, this is the problem is I turned myself into a Leafs fan accidentally.
Yeah.
I never used to really, like, my great-grandparents watched, so I watched them when I was a kid, but I realized that Krabby Joe's does $4 pints during Leafs games. So me and my cousin go all the time to watch basketball and, like, have a couple beers. But when basketball is, like, on intermission or whatever, the Leafs are playing.
Yeah. So you end up watching a lot of Leafs.
So I watched hundreds of Leafs games, and I kind of follow them and know what's going on, and I kind of like them.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, fuck my life, dude. I don't want to like these guys.
Imagine being like a 40-year fan. If they lose tonight, you'll see how many videos of people burning Leafs jerseys.
Yeah,
Just
they're
giving
going
up.
to lose tonight.
Yeah?
People have already given up. A 3-game sweep, they're losing the 4th
I think
game.
4 teams have ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in hockey.
Have they in hockey?
Yeah, in hockey. In the playoffs. Like being down
I
3-0.
I know that in basketball it's never happened.
Yeah.
In basketball history, which I didn't know that until maybe last year. Maybe
Oh, really?
Last year, 2 years ago.
No one's ever come back
I
from
was
a 3-0?
talking to my cousin about it, and I was like, "Oh, they're gonna win." Who was I talking about? I can't remember. I was like,
The Bucks.
No, it might have been. Was Celtics a 4-0 sweep at the finals?
I don't know.
I don't think they were. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was talking to him like, they might come back. And he looked at me and goes, it would literally be the first time ever.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And he's like, it's literally never, ever, ever happened in basketball history. Ever. It's like, it's never happened. Like, if you lose the first 3 games, you lost.
Yeah.
You're not going to come back.
That's an incredible amount to come back. 4 games. All
4
while
games in a
knowing
row?
if you lose, it's over.
Yeah, that's fucked, man.
That's impossible
It makes sense
pressure.
why it doesn't happen in basketball. You find in basketball that a lot of playoffs are like back and forth a bit.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a deciding game. That's why it's always like game 6 and 7.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you see that? I think it was the Minnesota game the other day that was like 178 to 175.
Really?
It was like a
tight
crazy fucking... Yeah, but like 170 points.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
a
no
crazy...
defense.
No defense. Just buckets all day.
Yeah, it's shit. I don't like when they play like that.
No? You're a defense guy? You're a fundamentals guy?
I don't give a fuck what
All
anyone
about
says.
all about the bounce
best
pass.
the teams that always win are strong defensive teams.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know what they should do with basketball?
Argue the point. I dare anyone to fucking argue with me. Every team that's ever won that was solid and like deserved a win, like not the years when everyone who made it to the finals was like kind of retarded and we don't understand why it happened.
What do you
I'm
mean?
talking like, because sometimes you get finals where everyone like checks out for the finals. Like I've seen it once or twice in my life where like by NBA finals, everyone's like, I don't even know how these guys are fucking here, and everyone checks out.
Oh, like the fans, not the
Yeah,
players.
like all the fans are like, why the fuck are these teams in the finals? And they just leave it alone, and like people just don't watch because no one gives a shit because they're like, these guys
Well,
suck.
there's big personalities in basketball.
What do you mean?
Like if LeBron's not there, you know what I mean? Like people follow
Yes.
personalities more, I feel.
Okay, yeah, you have like a star player on each team, but at the same time, I still see that you have fundamentals. Like Boston, I'm a Celtics fan.
No, of course
And I love the Celtics. And they're fundamentally a solid team. Like, they're arguably the best defensive team in the league.
Are they in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's basketball playoffs
I think they're
now,
going to
but-
win this year, to be honest with
Okay.
you.
You're gonna
They
go-
almost won I think it was last year against Golden State.
Oh, okay.
They went to the finals with Golden State and lost. But Golden State's playing really poorly this year.
Yeah.
And like Lakers, they beat the Lakers, and then the Lakers have eaten them 2 games. I might have missed game 4. But Yeah, like the Lakers ate them, and then the one they won, the one game that I saw that they won, they only won by like 3 points.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and it was like, that's not that strong of a win for home court.
Yeah, but a win's a win.
A win's a win, but when the other games you're getting flattened by like 30 points.
Oh, shit.
You know, it's like, yeah, not
This has
ideal.
been the Reasonable Doubt Sportscast today.
Yeah, I know.
I want to finish off
Yeah,
the
it's
sports.
still 2-1. It's still 2-1
2-1
for that series. Yeah, so literally it was like Lakers won 97-127. Oh, sorry, the one the Warriors won, they won by 27 points. Oh, I guess it was kind of fair. And then the one the Lakers won, that's the one I'm thinking of, which was a 5-point.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was just stupid. No, Lakers are going to win that series. It's today at 10 p.m.
Today?
I should watch that.
I mean, it was 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
This is coming out on Wednesday.
Yeah, fair.
I want to finish off the sports segment with one little fun story. I thought you
Is
might
it
want
about the Jays doing well? Because I was hoping you would update me.
they're doing okay.
Are they?
Yeah, they're doing okay.
I did watch Jays in Boston, but I didn't see
That was a brutal series. They got swept by Boston.
Did they? I didn't
Yeah.
see. I was watching like Tuesday night or something.
Yeah, brutal series.
How does that work? They play like a bunch of games against each other, and then
Yeah.
they switch to another team?
Yeah. So you like travel to cities because there's so many games. So you'll play like 3 games in Boston, then you'll play 3 games in Pittsburgh, and then you'll take a day off, and then you'll go home and play like 4 games against New York, and then like Minnesota will come, and then you'll leave again. That's how they do it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
I like that.
Glenn Kuiper of NBC California, right?
Okay.
The Oakland A's guy, was talking about, they were in Kansas City, and they were talking about the Negro League Museum there, which is like a museum because baseball was segregated
Oh yeah.
for a while. Like
Okay, yeah.
black people had their own league.
Yeah.
They're talking about the Negro League Museum, and guess what he called it in a slip of the tongue live on air?
You're fucking shitting me.
Live on air, drops a hard R.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, it's so good.
That's fucked, man.
And it's like, I feel bad because I guess the guy's like a great dude, and he was talking about how awesome the Negro League Museum was, and like how everyone should go check it out if they ever have the chance. But he's talking about how great it is, and he's like, great day today. We got baseball tonight. First thing I did today was go see the... And just drops it. And it's like with a big thumbs up and like a smile at the camera.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I know.
That
I feel
sucks.
for the guy. Because you know in his head, it was just, don't say it.
Yeah,
Don't say it.
don't say it, don't say it, don't
Say the
say
right
it.
word.
Yeah,
say the right word.
don't
say
fuck it up.
And he said it.
Psyched himself out.
Psyched himself
That
out.
sucks, dude.
It's so funny. It's funny a
It's
little
funny
bit.
as fuck, yeah.
Because the guy's sitting beside him, like there's another guy on the panel, and he's like, he blinks hard, and he's like,
Yeah, like what the fuck? Man, speaking of, so he got let go?
no.
He didn't get fired for
He
it?
didn't get fired. They're like looking into action, but I doubt they'll fire him. It was very clearly not intentional.
Yeah.
And he was like talking about the museum in a positive light. He was like,
Yeah.
everyone should go check this out. It's very clearly a slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
And like no like baseball player is being like, get this guy out of here. Like
Yeah,
no one's
everyone's
calling
like,
for
whatever.
it, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
It is unfortunate though. They're probably gonna have to be like, yo, don't fucking do that again.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Don't get too freewheeling with the words.
that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I was just learning about, you ever heard about Rex Murphy?
No, what's that?
Rex Murphy was a reporter for like CBC for a really long time, really good reporter.
Okay.
And I didn't realize this, like, this is slightly political, but he heavily, like, he used to just criticize everyone. He was like a really hard interviewer.
Yeah.
Like, he'd interview people and ask tough fucking questions, and like, it sucked for them.
Why would
'Cause
they?
he would
why
just
would they
call them
agree
out
to the
on
interview?
something. Huh?
Why would they agree to the interview? Then?
Because he's a really reputable reporter, and
Oh,
he
okay.
was good at his job.
There's a respect thing.
Yeah, like, he's good at it, and he'll call you out on some bullshit if he thinks it's there. And if you think that you're justified, well, then it's worth getting interviewed by him because you can defend yourself against points that people
Right.
acknowledge as a fuck up on your part,
But
right?
if you're fucking up, then he'll let you know about
Then
it.
he'll let you know, and if you don't have a defense, then you're going to look like a jackass.
Yeah.
So he was really good. He had this format for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
So CBC has been heavily regulated by the Trudeau government.
Yeah.
This has been a newer thing that they're getting like heavily influenced and told how they were going to do their job by the Trudeau government.
Okay.
He interviewed Trudeau. Did the same thing he always does.
Yeah.
Asked tough questions. Fired.
Really?
Criticized some of his decisions. Fired.
Damn.
Yeah. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You fucking communist asshole. Like, I'm sorry to go off on a political rant, but you fucking insecure little bitch. Like,
Communist asshole?
You can't take some fucking criticism about your shitty mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. How many hundreds of politicians has this guy interviewed, called out on their shit mistakes, and they've usually just eaten it, and then they still have careers after that, and like continue on with their political career, but you were so fucking butthurt about someone pushing your ego button that you had him fired? That's fucking insane, dude.
Would you not?
No, I would. I would respect his fucking art and his opinion.
If I had the get this guy fired button and he made me look like an asshole,
dude, I'd
push that so hard.
I was like, you cuck, dude. No wonder Idris Elba fucks your wife, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
You've been hanging out with the trades too much. Jesus Christ.
It just pissed me off. I really liked Rex Murphy, and I learned about that.
Rex Murphy, if you want a job, it's an internship. It's unpaid. I'll be straight up. You can ask me some hard hitting questions.
Yeah.
And I'll fire you from the Reasonable Doubt podcast. But you can ask me some questions.
No, but so I was kind of looking into this stuff and looking into like the development of media over time.
Yeah.
And what's happened to it. It's really interesting. There used to be a segment on CNN back when CNN was good called Crossfire.
Yeah.
Our mutual friend told me about this.
Yeah.
And like our bartender friend.
Yeah.
Told me about this. Looked into it. Really, really interesting. I can't remember the guy's name right now. He's a little shit. Like, it used to be an open place for discourse between like Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah.
And it was a cordial discourse. Like, sure, they would get heated, but they would eventually find a middle ground and be like, okay, this is a reasonable solution to this issue.
Yeah.
And we both somewhat see each other's side.
Yeah.
And it was really positive. And this happened on CNN for a long time. This comedian comes on. I wish I could remember his name.
Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart. You know what I'm talking about?
And who's he get on? Is it Tucker? Is it Tucker Carlson?
Tucker Carlson was the Republican who was always on there.
Yes. Yes. Okay? I fucking loved watching Tucker Carlson's fucking squirm on that. Because Jon Stewart is actually a fantastic interviewer.
He is. So I didn't realize that episode of Crossfire was like one of the last episodes. It got canceled after that.
Because he just dismantled
them.
Dude,
he dismantled both of them. He came in and like talked about the history of the show and how it was so positive and how it was a place for discourse and it helped the people of this, like, of America come together and realize that there is a middle ground and there doesn't have to be a dichotomy, that like you can have opposing views and you can find a solution. And he just goes on to be like, you guys are what's fucking wrong with media. And calls them out like straight up. He's like, you're exactly what's destroying this country and you will destroy media doing exactly this because you're putting people against each other and this is exactly how civil unrest happens.
Yeah.
And calls them out. By the end of the fucking episode, so I watched the whole thing, they're screaming at each other, like fucking violently yelling, like full anger, pissed right off, and the show got canceled after that.
I bet.
And I was like, man, he makes a valid point.
Yeah.
We create these false dichotomies in media for no reason.
Because it sells ratings.
It sells ratings, but that's stupid. That's not the point of media. That's the point. Okay, sorry. That's not the point of information media.
No.
Your news is supposed to supply you with information on what's going on in your community, your country, and your government.
Yeah.
You don't need someone going on creating a false dichotomy with some imaginary enemy that doesn't exist.
But you're
all fucking citizens of the same country. It's insane that you would have this level of distaste for another group of people that live in your country that also want positive things out of this country. You can find fucking... You can find...
What gets people more riled up and more people watching? Informative news that tells you what is happening.
Gets me riled up.
I know that gets you riled up, but you're hard right now. I just mentioned it, right? Or like Tucker Carlson straight up lying on TV all the time, whipping people into a frenzy, saying that Antifa is coming to their like suburbs and they're going to have to buy a bunch of guns and barricade the doors, right?
Yeah.
That gets Mima and Peepaw fucking riled up. That's why. And then those are the people that just watch TV all day.
Yeah, but we're not fucking... You're not communist, or you're not Kanye and Jay-Z.
What do you mean?
You know, like, we're not supposed to get the people going.
Yeah, they get the people going. It's provocative.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It's supposed to be a place for information.
But it is.
You're not a fucking sitcom. The world is not a sitcom.
What it is, in my mind, is completely... There should definitely be a class in like high school or even starting earlier than that that's media literacy, where it teaches people to look out for the signs of when people are lying to you.
Yeah,
right?
Like
where you
it would be like critical analysis and logical fallacies, right?
Yeah, and like find out how people can lie to you through media, right? Like no sources backing up their information. If everything's like an anecdote, it's like, oh, my friend told me this and they're coming and bullshit. It's bullshit, right? Yeah. And then also to realize why people would lie to you.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people, they can't even get there, right? A lot of people just see personalities on TV and just take it all as fact because why would anyone lie?
Yeah,
you know what
insane.
I mean? That's what the other people do. My people don't lie.
That's insane, though.
I know it's insane. But that's why Tucker got fucking fired from Fox this week.
Did Tucker Carlson get fired?
He got fired from Fox. They canned his ass.
Good.
Because
thank God.
Fox lost the lawsuit against Dominion voting machines. Dominion voting machines were the voting machines that were used in the last election. And Fox News was really pushing the lie that like the election was stolen.
And it was rigged.
And stuff. And Tucker was one of the main people that was pushing that it was rigged. And the voting machine company was like, no, it fucking wasn't. Our machines are
Super
correct.
Safe,
this is a defamation suit. And they sued Fox News and won $750 million. Because it came out, they got a warrant for Tucker's phone and Tucker's emails where he talks about how he's blatantly lying about it.
Really?
Yeah, and he's like how he knows that the election wasn't stolen.
See, you know what the problem is, though? Now we're never going to get the same amount of influence that he had, where like you're affecting all these people and giving all these people misinformation. We're never going to have the inverse where someone comes out and runs a story hardcore, like fucking Nancy Grace style. Like,
oh, fucking Nancy Grace!
You know what I mean? Like, runs that shit for 2 weeks and pumps it into people's brains that they're like, everything Tucker Carlson has ever told you is bullshit.
No, they'll never.
They're never going to run that story.
No.
But that's what needs to happen. Nancy, come on, baby.
What? Like, come on, girl. Well, that's the thing. That's the way politics has become. Anytime you hear information you don't like, it's fake.
Yeah,
it's fake news.
It's dumb.
That's just how politics has become, and that's how it's going to be.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but that's just the world we live in now, dude. That's every single election now. Every single major election is going to be quote unquote stolen.
You were saying about having like media literacy in schools. I've thought about this, that our education system and what defines our education system and how it's structured is really, really, really outdated. Because there's a bunch of things that I would consider, like, if you look at elementary school as a definition.
Yeah.
That it is elementary knowledge that you are gaining. Mm-hmm. What is perceived to be elementary knowledge nowadays is totally different than it was in the 50s when we fucking came up with this shit.
Yeah.
Like,
back when we like just discovered fire and shit. The 50s, man. Fucking nothing. We didn't even know women could think back then.
Yo.
Like, straight up.
Seriously, though, like...
We're like, black people? Those aren't even people.
They're not even people. Yeah, like...
Women,
or like,
they can't think.
Yeah. Someone's crazy, just cut a part of their brain out. It helps them.
Yeah. You know? Just stick an ice pick up the nose. It's the 50s. I just got back from the war. Yeah. Someone sets off a firework, I shit myself and kill my kids.
It's insane to me because back then life was a lot simpler and they had basic structures to society, like societal norms. Like, save your money. And everyone made enough money to live.
Yeah.
So financial literacy wasn't that important.
No.
Because you just, as long as you worked, you had tons of money and
Yeah, you
more
just,
than
like,
enough
go to
live.
the factory and they'd be like, oh, you have a heartbeat?
Yeah.
All right, here's the equivalent now of $110,000 a year
Yeah,
in a pension.
and you're good to go. Yeah, you
you're
can
like,
raise a
"Just show
family
up.
and
I
kids.
don't care what you do.
Yeah, you can raise a whole family on this, buy a house, cottage, and cars.
Yeah, cottage,
and you won't have debt.
Have a second family 2 towns
Yeah.
over.
You can afford 18% mortgage.
Yeah, I know.
18% mortgage
Because
rate.
the mortgage is $3,000.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Houses were just appearing.
Yeah.
No one was even building them. They just like look behind a rock and be like, a subdivision. Where'd this come from?
But now I feel like financial literacy, this might sound somewhat conspiratorial, but it's true, is that North America, if you want to protect your assets,
Yeah.
we bleed money to other countries.
What do you mean?
We bleed, our population bleeds money to other countries. The lower part of our population bleeds money to other countries because they're just financially illiterate. And so they don't know how to make investments or how to do a vetting process on investments.
Yeah.
Or how to save money. So everywhere they spend their money, which your consumerism ultimately is your strongest form of voting, they just spend money on everything that's outside of our country and invest outside the country and then lose money into it because they have no financial literacy.
Yeah.
Because it's not a part of our schooling system.
No.
The same way that back in the day, media used to be truthful. It used to be just a source of information for your community. Now it's not. You need to have a media literacy program.
Yeah.
People need to know how to think critically. It needs to be something that's instilled in children.
Yeah.
Critical analysis and logical fallacy. There's so many things that are now an ingrained part of society. Social media use and what is appropriate and how to use social media and not allowing your identity to be stolen by fucking scam artists in third world countries.
Yeah.
Like,
you want to know how to run an Instagram account? Look at the Reasonable Doubt podcast account. That's how you run
That's
a fucking
true.
Instagram account.
That's true.
But no, I think the fallout of social media. This is such a fucking dumb podcast take, but I think the fallout of social media. Oh shit, is actually like I think that's nothing's ever going to be the same. I never feel alone.
never,
You know what I feel?
never again.
I'm constantly
The
surrounded by.
only time I feel alone is when I go way up north and I don't have cell signal and I just turn my phone off and leave it in a room for a week.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, I can't use it, so I just turn it off and leave it there.
Yeah.
And you just are forced to be present in that moment.
Yeah.
And it is the most freeing thing in the entire world.
And then the second you get cell service again, you
You're
check
like,
it.
"Doom." Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh god! I missed you, Instagram. Nature is metal. Oh god!
Nature is metal. Big booty workout girls.
Lululemon, what have you been posting? Oh fuck yeah!
You just revert back to 14-year-old you again.
Immediately, yeah, immediately. It's terrible for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't know what the fuck happens.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Did I have anything else? Let me see if I got something. Just a heads up, all of our loyal listeners. It's tick season.
Oh yeah,
It's tick season.
it is tick season, and turkey season's almost over. So get out there, get yourself a turkey, but not on my fucking properties.
Not where Chris is hunting turkeys.
Yeah, 'cause I'm
But it's
seriously
tick
having
season.
trouble.
And believe it or not, Lyme disease is a real thing.
Yeah, it is really common if you live on the East Coast.
Yeah, I
Be
didn't
careful.
know it was real up until about a year ago.
Are you
Well, I
serious?
thought it was real, but I thought Lyme disease.
Happened like somewhere else.
No, I thought it was like the Black Plague. Like 1,000 years ago, people were getting sick from
Oh no,
ticks.
you get Lyme disease all the
No,
time.
like Justin Bieber has Lyme disease, and it's
Yeah.
forever.
Nah, if you catch it in the first like 2 weeks, then you can treat yourself.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I think even now, like once you have it really established, they still treat you out of it slowly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Still,
not
it doesn't
forever,
sound
forever.
great. Plus, ticks are
Terrible,
fucking gross.
terrible.
Oh,
I'm
it's
gonna
turkey
save
season.
those.
Christian, today was 23 degrees outside, and you decided to wear long johns.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I went turkey hunting this morning. It's like 8 degrees out this morning.
8 degrees is not cold enough for long johns.
I'm cold when I sit in the blind. I get cold.
Dude,
I do.
8 degrees.
I know, but I wear long john. I had long johns, and then like pants, like my camo pants.
Yeah.
And then I had like one of the like Under Armour camo skin tight ones.
Yeah.
And then a t-shirt, and then a plaid button up, then a sweater, then a jacket.
That is way too much.
Dude, I get cold.
What time did you finish turkey hunting?
Like 8. 10 to 8.
It was still getting hot at 8.
Like 10 to 8. Yeah, 10 to 8, I fucking hop out of the blind, get in the truck, and go to work.
Jesus Christ, man. I bet you were sweating all fucking day, weren't you?
Well, because I took everything else off. I had the pants and the long johns on.
Yeah.
I was sweating my fucking bag off today. It was horrible.
Yeah, it sounded like a fucking
Yeah,
nightmare.
that's why I went home and I was like, I have to shower before
Yeah, it's
I
just
go
fucking
record.
2 cue balls in a grease pit down there. Just like,
Dude, you know what I got though? Super exciting. I bought a ghillie suit. Dude, I swear to God, it was on sale on Amazon. I got a fucking ghillie suit. I'm stoked. I'm gonna murk a turkey before season's end.
have you not gotten one
I
yet?
haven't gotten a turkey
Chris?
yet. Dude, I've been out.
I know you've been out.
I'm fucking going at them. I call them constantly. They gobble. I've had tons. I'd one on opening day. I had one come into like 60 yards for a minute, and then he just walked the other way. Like he came into my view and then kind of walked out.
Yeah.
And he went out to like 140 yards. And like I can't shoot him with a shotgun at 140 yards.
You can hit him at 60 though, couldn't you?
Ideally, you want him like under 50. Because I can probably hit him and I could probably slam him with a couple shots, but then I'm going to fill the breast full of pellets and it's no good. I want him close, hit him in the head, dead right there.
Just explode his fucking head
Doof.
off.
And yeah, and no pellets in the meat. I want to be able to eat every fucking inch of that meat.
You better freeze some for like Thanksgiving.
Of course, I will probably freeze a whole turkey for Thanksgiving.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
How many more days do you have? How much longer do you have?
I have, till I go away on vacation on the 19th. And then I have like a week into that, but I don't think I'm going to shoot a turkey up there. I mean, I might try and go out and go sit in the woods and just see if I hear a gobble.
I feel so bad. You've been so excited for this turkey
Dude, and
hunt.
I see them and I hear them every morning.
Yeah?
Every morning I'm sitting out there. I've changed blinds. I have 2 different big properties I hunt, and I've changed blinds. And like as soon as the sun like gets close to the horizon and it starts lighting up,
And you're just sweating.
yeah, and I'm waiting. And then once I hear him like maybe around 6:20, because they hit the ground, like he'll fly out of the perch at about 6:30, 6:34, and so at like 6:20, I'll throw him the odd like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then he gobbles. Tons of response from him. Hits the ground, and he kind of circles around the backside of me
Yeah.
through the woods, but he won't come through. Like he wants me to come to him because I'm a hen, right? And so he's like, come here, bitch. Like, what are you doing? And it's like, I need him to come over. So I tried walking out in the field, but I didn't have the ghillie suit. I tried walking
You just
out.
look like a walking tree if you had the ghillie suit.
No. You lay down and crawl out in the field and call, like,
Yeah.
and like give him little clucks and a couple yelps as you crawl out into the field. And then he gets pissed off because he's like, why the fuck are you walking away from me?
I see.
Like, why are you walking away? So then he'll get pissed off and he'll come in like strutting, being
then
like,
you
where are you going?
Explode his brain.
And then, yeah,
Just
I'm like, boom!
obliterate this
That's
animal.
what I want. That's what I want.
Okay, so they come down from the perch, you say, right?
Yeah.
What's the perch?
The perch is next to my property. I think we just got permission on it. We're talking to the guy tonight, me and my buddy, so that we can hunt at the fucking perch.
Is that where they live? That's
No,
like their
that's
house?
where he'll jump up at the end of the day and like he sits up there for the night. They just
When do they
wander
sleep?
around all day. At night. They sleep at night.
On the perch.
Yeah, up in a tree.
Okay, so why don't you just go in the middle of the night while he's on the perch?
It's illegal as fuck.
To shoot them when they're sleeping?
You can't.
Why?
Half hour before sun in Ontario, it's a half hour before sunrise till 7 p.m.
That's the only time you can hunt a turkey.
Yeah.
They'll never know.
Like, they will when a gunshot goes off in the middle of the night. The only thing you can hunt in the middle of the night in Ontario is You can bow fish. You can like spotlight and bow fish for like white suckers and stuff, and carp, that kind of shit. And then you can hunt raccoons, but you have to have a dog license. You have to hunt them with a like coon hound, and then you have to spotlight them when you get to the tree. You have to spotlight them, and you can shoot them like that. But they're the only species you can hunt at night is raccoons.
Is that just so people aren't just lighting the shit up in the middle of the night?
Yeah, because you look at like
gunshots?
countries like fucking Pakistan and stuff, and like Afghanistan,
Yeah.
where they just run around on pickup trucks in the middle of the night while animals are like otherwise really sneaky and they don't move that much.
Yeah.
And they just fucking ride by on the back of a pickup truck, light them up with a spotlight, and light them up with AKs.
That sounds like a great way to hunt.
Yeah, but you destroy animal populations like a motherfucker, right?
That sounds like a much cooler way to hunt than what you're doing.
Go to Texas if you want to do that.
You gotta pretend to be a
hunt,
girl turkey.
You can hunt hogs down in Texas.
Out of a helicopter.
Out of a helicopter.
That shit is so wild.
Yeah, you can hunt
They're
hogs like that.
Coming up, they're like in the helicopter. I've seen the videos of it, and they're like, all right, we're coming up on a feral hog population now.
We got a group of feral hogs, about 15 of them.
And then they like just crest the hill, and there's like 100.
Yeah.
And they're like running away.
Yeah, and
they've got like a
screaming.
machine gun because they're not like hunting them to eat them. They're just
No,
they
they
just
eat
want
'em.
to, but they just want to kill them, don't they?
They're trying to get rid of them because they're super invasive. We're starting to get them here.
Oh hell yeah,
can't-
baby!
I know. Honestly,
Invasive species alert.
I cannot wait till there's fucking hogs down here, because that's how you get permission on every farmer's property. Be like, you got a hog problem? Yeah, I will fucking annihilate those hogs for you.
The hogs coming is what's going to separate the boys from the men.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, we're eating bacon for life.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking hog time, baby.
Dude, if the hogs invade, you have to get a hunting license, and we're going hog hunting.
Yeah, dude, I'll fucking
You
shoot
down
a
for
hog.
that? We'll just go out with rifles and be like, bam, 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 bam.
I can't wait for hogs in the city.
Dude, start trapping them. No, I don't want them in the city. They'll be dirty. They'll eat all the garbage.
No, I just want it to be like, woo, hog alert, like careful tonight, because outside, like people are like out and about, and hogs are just running
Feral
wild in the
hog-
street.
no, it won't
I
happen.
want
It won't
packs of hogs roaming the streets with their big tusks and
What,
shit.
you can fuck them up with a machete?
No, I just want to live in that kind of anarchy.
Okay, fair
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, all bets are off tonight. It's a hog night. And people are fighting in the streets, and the hogs that are just trampling. And you could fight them with a machete if you want. Like, just have, like, your own, like, Christian's Last Stand.
I'll be
where you're in
honest,
Victoria
if,
Park
when we
surrounded
start
by
getting
hogs.
hogs here, because we have started, when they become a problem, they're saying right now, don't kill them.
Why not?
They're like, if you see a hog, don't kill it, just report it. And I'm like, why wouldn't you want me to shoot it?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, because then they spread. Like, they're fucking pigs. They're going to spread anyway.
They're not. If you shoot it, it's gonna like multiply into
Yeah,
two.
it's like, it's not a fuck. This isn't Osmosis Jones, you jackass.
Oh, deep cut on the Osmosis
I know,
Jones.
I love that movie.
That's a fucking sick movie.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you forgot about that, eh? It's
Yeah.
a good one, yeah.
I'm trying to remember. There's a really fucked up part in Osmosis Jones.
There's a couple. Yeah.
that are like they probably shouldn't have. Hold on. This is gonna be worth it. I'll say politically incorrect
Osmosis Jones.
osmosis.
But yeah, I don't understand that. Like, why the fuck do you not want me to kill it when it obviously...
There's a club scene where they have thongs and bras on. That's not it.
They have thongs and bras on?
No, okay, that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about how Kid Rock was in Osmosis Jones as the
yeah.
leader of the band Kidney Rock, as in
Yes.
a kidney stone.
Yes.
That's actually fucking funny.
That's hilarious. Yeah. That is
That's
good.
what I was thinking about. Because Kid Rock is off. He's off the handle these days, isn't he?
Yeah, he's kind of fucked, man.
Nobody gonna tell me how to live.
He literally just redid the song with them, and I was like,
Yeah.
why?
It's like Monster Truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot funnier when you realize that, like,
they're
Kid Rock.
fine, but I'm not a huge fan of them.
Yeah, I mean, they're like one of the bands that are like, I won't turn it off, but also never put it on.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
like,
if it comes on, I'll
if
be
it
like,
comes
nah.
on and there's like people around that I know, I'll probably switch it
Not
off.
like some really good bands we know.
Who's that?
Junko Daydream.
Ian.
What?
Yanko.
Junko Daydream.
Oh, those guys. Yeah, they're pretty cool guys.
Fuck you, what?
Those are cool guys, yeah.
Super legible.
Yeah, you just like that was the equivalent of a name drop. That's like the first name drop of the podcast.
We've interviewed them on
We've
here.
interviewed them.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
great.
they're great people. But now we get to be like,
We also both thought we knew them until about let's be clear on how this interview went down.
yeah, we can talk about it now.
A little,
It's like
yeah.
30
now
episodes ago.
Yeah, it was that long ago.
No, it was like 53.
Okay,
like
still
that.
like over 10 episodes.
Over 10 episodes. We can talk about it now.
So, okay, so we talked to them at a show. Like, I was just kind of drunk and just started talking to them.
Yeah.
Because I thought Josh knew them. And Josh thought I knew them. And so we
Neither of us knew
invited them on the podcast, and they said yes.
Surprisingly.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
And the day of, we're waiting for them to come, and we're both, like, nervous. And I'm like, why are you nervous? And Josh is like, because I don't know them, man. Like, this is crazy. We're interviewing a real band. And he's like, why are you nervous? And I'm like, because I don't fucking know them. I thought you knew them. And then we're like, wait, we're inviting strangers over? Like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah, I know. Chris is like nervous, and I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. You talk to people all the time, plus you know these guys. He's like, no, I fucking don't.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we
but
should
now
be
we
nervous.
know them.
Now we know them.
Now
Yeah,
we know
we're
them.
cool with them.
Yeah, it's cool.
Super cool. I like them.
Yeah, they're nice people.
Yeah, I like their music. I love seeing Junko shows.
Yeah, they're good.
We
They're
saw
good,
another one with Protest.
Yeah.
Protest the Hero. Yeah.
And, what are the other bands?
There's a whole bunch.
Crown the Prince, I think they were called.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were good.
There's a whole bunch of them at that show.
Yeah, I took a solid elbow to the teeth that show. I had to stand outside for like 10 minutes.
Dude, I got fucking rocked in the pit that show.
It makes me feel old.
Yeah, I had a big boy dummy me, and then I just like stood up at the front, the wall they make against the fence.
Yeah.
And just got beat into the fence for like 20 minutes while I recovered. It was just like,
It's not a nice feeling.
oh my god,
It
my
makes
brain.
me like really aware that I'm not 18 anymore.
Yeah,
I
you
can't just like
get wrecked.
I can't get dropped from 6 feet up and land on my knees and just walk that off.
Yeah.
Getting out of bed clicked the next day. I was like,
yeah, dude,
brutal.
my knees are fucking going.
You know what though? That whole show, I was like, damn, maybe I should get earplugs. Didn't get earplugs, and my ears were fine.
My
For
ears
like
were
the
fine.
first show ever, my ears were fine.
Yeah, I think it's because we also weren't at the speaker. We're always at the side at the speaker.
Yeah, that's true.
We didn't do that. We stayed in the pit most of the show.
Yeah, that was the sweatiest I think I've ever been.
Yeah, we should have ear protection for future.
For future reference.
We go to enough like fucking hardcore shows.
That we should probably get.
We should wear ear
Because
protection.
we're a couple hardcore guys.
Fucking
Fucking hardcore guys. You see me in the pit, fuck. Blah, fuck, blah. You see Christian fucking fighting a bear? Help the bear, dude. The bear needs it.
I thought you were gonna come up with something funny there.
Dude, that's the worst thing you could have said to me.
I honestly thought there was a funny pun in there.
No.
I was waiting for. I was like, "This is gonna be clever."
No, it
And then
wasn't.
he didn't do it, and I was like, "God damn!" Yeah.
Ouch, that hurt.
I'm sorry. You're the wittiest person I know.
Well, and on that unfunny joke, we've been your hosts, C. Griffin, J. Money.
Thank
Stay
you so
reasonable.
much.
Keep doubting. Love you all. Goodbye. Mwah.